Alright, you big fuckers, let's go. Oh my god. Only me and Nat know what just went down. I'm cutting loose. I'm slapping on air. I don't give a rat's ass anymore. I'm saying swear words. I'm in the what am I in the 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. time slot, and I'm saying heck, and I'm saying butt, and I'm saying boobies. I am letting loose. I am cursed by the gods. Let me get into this. I really have been thinking about this a lot lately. I mean, maybe it's just because I'm in Japan and there are shrines everywhere, and so I think about gods a lot, and the triviality of them, in a sense. Like, it's kind of funny how you could just pray to a particular, because there's like 8 million of them, right? So you can just pray to one if you feel like it, and you can give them an offering of like however much money you want, I guess. Like, what do you think prayer is worth? It's up to you. I was told a long time ago, music is coming down. Music is coming down. I didn't realize it was that loud. I apologize. Thank you, Vi. Okay, listen up. Again, I basically, to recap what I just said, I said I'm saying dirty words, and I'm very upset that all of my equipment is breaking. I was instinctively talking into the microphone that I had set up, my nice microphone, even though it's broken. It broke the second I turned the stream on. It was fine up until I turned the stream on. It broke the second I turned the stream on, and now I'm just using my MacBook Air microphone like a goddamn hooligan, like a goddamn amateur. They're gonna laugh me off the airwaves. But I don't care. I'm cutting loose. I am hiraki naote imasu in Japanese. It's one of my favorite words. It's like when you just stop giving a frick. I've stopped giving a frick. If it works, exactly. If it works, it works. And it doesn't, it's Marumaradio. It's the spirit of the thing is what matters, I guess. Does it still, see, like, the program isn't even being nice to me. I told it to switch to the English on-air sign, and it hasn't even done that yet. Is it going to do it now? There you go. Whee! Look at that. Okay, so listen. When there are 8 million gods, how do you find out which one it is that has it in for you? How are you supposed to narrow that shit down? Do they all have it in for me? It's entirely possible. So I went last year to... Did I talk about this? No, probably not. I went last year to Ise Grand Shrine, which is where Amaterasu supposedly hangs out. I don't know, like, what, do they live there? No, I think it's just like a channel of communication. Do they live there? Matsutteru is a strange word. It's like they're enshrined there, but does that mean that they live there, or is that just like their answering machine? You can leave messages there. That makes way more sense, actually. I'm going to think about it like that. So I went to the answering machine of Amaterasu, the sun goddess, who we all know is basically the mother of every god. She has parents, Izanami and whatever the other Izasagi or something, I forget. They created the world in Japan. But she's basically the head honcho. And weird thing is, they rebuild the temple every 20 years. It's a fun bit of trivia for you. It was decreed by an emperor hundreds of years ago that every 20 years it needs to be knocked down and built again from scratch. I guess this is probably a show of, piety and dedication. But it means, funnily enough, that, you go to some of the temples around here that are 100 years old, and they have, like, the crazy vibes, really beautiful vibes. You go to some of the real crazy older temples. Maybe there's a pinnacle, because some of the older temples, like Kiyomizu, are, like, upkept enough. They're, like, famous enough that they get regular cleaning services. So they're awesome, but they don't feel as, like, storied and historic. And then maybe you'll, like, find a shrine that's, like, really, really old and not that big, so it doesn't get all of the, like, glorified cleaning services. So it just has, like, vibes out the wazoo. And then you go to Ise Grand Shrine, which should be the most vibe-heavy shrine in the country. It's the shrine dedicated, it's the answering machine of God, the capital G, the closest thing to. And it was built at some point in the last 20 years. So it's like spick and span. Like it was built this century. So I was a little disappointed. You're walking through like this really, really beautiful pebbly pathway, with hundreds of other people because everybody wants to go make the pilgrimage to God with a capital G. But you're walking through, like, you cross this river over this beautiful stone bridge, and you're following this beautiful path through these beautiful tall trees, and there is a sacred air. I will admit it, but I was also a little bit like, okay, this is touristy. Like, there's just a big, big path of tourists, and we end up going to a shrine that was built no later than 20 years ago. It just felt like a little bit of a letdown to my Orientalist tastes. Anyway, I was expecting some kind of, no, let's not do this even as a bit. But I was like, I wanted more vibes, and I was a bit disappointed. But I was Machiavellian, and last year was my Yakudoshi, the year that is, for whatever reason, your bad luck year. Everybody gets one. How often is it? It's like once every cycle of the zodiacs or something, maybe? So like maybe every 12 years is my unlucky year. I can't even remember. This is, again, circling back to what is piety in a country with extremely frivolous tendencies to pray. Anyway, yesteryear was my bad year. So I was like, okay, shit, I'm in. He said I should go and get the divine protection of the big J, Big Mama. So I bought a little Mamori charm. Where is it? See, this is how bad. No, I remember where it is. I do remember where it is. It's on one of my little handbags. It's color coordinated. It's a beautiful little navy. Hang on. That was the sound of my broken microphone falling to the floor. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's a really beautiful little Mamori. And I bought the one specifically that's like repels bad luck. And then constantly bad things happen to me. Nothing but bad things happen to me after that. Just a parade of things. I've kind of forgotten the general order, but I was very upset for a long time. And I was like, look, is this because I didn't pay enough money? Is this because the gods saw through me? Because Amaterasu was like, not so easily swayed that she... Oh, that's my pen. She saw through my freaking Machiavellian tendencies and was like, no, you are not of pure heart. You didn't really mean that. You're calling me on my cell phone late night when you need my love. What was the other Drake thing I was about to say? Was I don't usually do this unless I'm drunk or I'm high, and I'm both right now. Yeah. Why do I know so many Drake lyrics? It's DJ PayPal. That's why. Yes. So I can't figure out if it's because she saw through my plan and now she's fucking with me. Superstition is entirely in your head and that's what you make of it. Or, and this is the real upsetting possible conclusion, it wasn't her, it's a different god that's cursed me. And it's a rogue, it's a freaking renegade who's somehow even more powerful than Amaterasu, apparently, I guess, now. And is like, or is just like going behind her back and contravening her. And they have it in for me. So everything has gone wrong, even though I tested this all very, very thoroughly in the last week. 2 weeks ago I did all of this. I tested everything. I got Streamlabs set up really nicely. I put a limiter on my microphone and everything, which actually I should kind of do now with my MacBook microphone, come to think of it. And then my internet broke roughly 16 hours before I was supposed to go online. It was just the router, like, I think it fizzled out, like it physically died at the place I was staying at. So that's pretty funny. So we postponed by a week, and then I I had everything prepared and I knew what I was going to say to start off the show, and I had a really great joke. I did a really good pun by my standards anyway. I'm going to do it again next week. If I do this again next week, I'm going to give that the due it deserves. A really good pun in Japanese. And then Nat, bless Nat for actually listening to a stop-start stream for like 15 minutes. And I was like, here, you're not coming through. So here we are. So here we are in English. Now, hello everyone. Welcome back to the show. What am I talking about today? I was last time I was talking a bit about the soul. Actually, I kicked off this entire endeavor by talking about why, I don't know why Japanese resonates with me and how it doesn't really make any sense. And I really do think that it's not just Japanese, it's languages in general. There's something about me and my ineffable soul that is extremely attached to expressing itself through words, which is what I'm doing right now, albeit poorly, on the spot, under duress. It's very curious, and I feel like my life's work is, in many ways, to trace over a blueprint of something that's already there, and that I cannot or have not fully witnessed yet. And obviously, as I said last week, realizing I'm a girl and trans, that was a big part of it, but there's still, there's an entire soul to be mapped out. And it takes a lifetime, as somebody in my life would say. This is all kind of what my next album is about, a little bit. It's about my tenuous visa situation, amongst other things, but there's the bookends of the album, to spoil it for you, are both kind of written from the most Zen side of me, I guess, at the risk of, again, glorifying Buddhism, Oriental whitewashing, and blah, 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 but I find that I vacillate quite frequently and intensely between enlightenment or something close to it, just like a peace and a contentment and a selflessness, most often when in nature. And I've talked about this a lot before, I think, in various places, that when I'm atop a mountaintop, I kind of lose myself entirely in the most beautiful way, and I just become pure experience. And that's my meditation, because when I am down on ground level, my head is a-buzzing constantly, and I am so attached to this identity that I have and this body that I have. And it's, I keep trying to take the lessons that I learned at the mountaintop and bringing them into my everyday, and I succeed every now and then, but I also lose track of every revelation that I have had revealed to me. More than 10 commandments at this point, but I don't have any of them written down. So yes, so the bookends of this album that I'm currently working on, for the record, are from this beautiful perspective, and they're very hopeful, and they're very enlightened, I think, and they are aspirational. And I think that's a real turning point for me, because I think every album I usually write starts and ends with something very depressing. I guess, someone else's story kind of had a similar trajectory, but it had this ironic twist to it, where it was like, yes, the start is silent, selfless, and the end of maybe we can start again. I do return to that point. Although it's maybe we can achieve the selflessness. Maybe we can get over the hang-ups of identity politics. Maybe we can lose our identities entirely. Maybe we can experience peace. And then it loops gaplessly, the album, in case you didn't know. Give it a spin. No, hang on, it doesn't loop gaplessly. It kind of fades in from silence, but it comes back to the same soundscape and synth chord that it starts on. So the idea is, haha, wow, I'm the first person to ever make an album that loops. The idea is already there in 2017, that this is the blueprint of my life, is that I achieve this enlightenment, this zooming out, this perspective that's very healthy and important, and then I fucking forget, and I smash back into the drop of silent selfless, which is the most angst-ridden identity, what is the word? I was desperately clinging to my identity that the album kind of expresses, I think. And then obviously this time next year I did the exact same thing. Gosh, I'm repeating myself a lot. It's all about seasons and cycles. I think a funny thing I noticed is that everybody in my life, the musicians in my life, we all started writing about cycles when we hit 30. It's just like, this is the age at which you realize the true nature of things. And we all are tapped into it. So the cycle in this next album, just while I'm on the subject, I haven't really talked about it. And I think it's nice to talk about it, like to let people know that this is what I'm working on. Hold me accountable. I really want this to be done by next year. That's my goal. It's not happening this year. I'm so sorry. It's not happening this year. There's something else that will be done this year. But yeah, it's about comings and goings. And not just between enlightenment and desperation and identity, but between Japan and Australia and Sydney and Melbourne and Tokyo and Kyoto, and the loves, people in my life who have come in and out of my life, and my attachments to them. It's cool. It's a good album. It's very, there are a lot of show tunes on there for some reason. But I think it's nice, and I hate working on it. I hate working on music. I love playing the songs. I hate recording the songs, funnily enough. But it will happen. It will be done. So, all of which is to say, I was talking about something, my identity, and something I noticed recently is that I hate singing. I've been talking a lot on the show about things I hate that are actually integral parts of my life and my livelihood. Are you okay, Avery? Yes. I love singing. I sing all the time. I'm very bad at it, and that's okay. You're allowed to be bad at things and enjoy them. I manage to wrangle decent takes of everything when I'm recording. Thank God. I would not put them out if I couldn't do it, but it doesn't just like, it's not a part of my everyday in the way that it is a part of other people's everyday. And I think the moment I really realized this, really in retrospect, I remembered something that happened in 2013 or 14, and it really threw this into perspective for me. When I was over at Mikey's house, I think, with Dr. Spaceman, in the first incarnation of Dr. Spaceman, we were recording some vocals. So, wait, maybe it was even before Mikey was in the band. So anyway, I remember Lee and Xavier were there, and Lee was like, let's do a pop melody contest. Let's see who can come up with the most pop melody, basically. It was a very nebulous idea, I think, but the idea was, let's just sing some stuff and make fun of, like, try not to copy something that already exists, but see if you can sing, who can sing a melody that sounds the most like a pop song, but that isn't actually one that has been released yet. And Lee and Xavier killed it, as you can imagine. They're both killer melody writers and both killer singers. And then I got up and I was like, man, I don't know. I don't do this. This is not how I express myself naturally. And the moment that, as I looked back on this in the last week, I was like, yeah, my equivalent of what they were doing, like letting music flow through them and coming out in that way through the voice, mine is EBO. Like, mine is putting a guitar or like a tremolo guitar through 16 different reverbs in Ableton and a distortion overdrive variation after every single one of those. Why is that? I can't explain it. I mean, I guess I don't have to explain it. Nobody has to explain why they're drawn to the music they're drawn to. Nobody has to justify it. But it does strike me as funny that, or just funny, interesting, not funny, that there are people, the shape of their soul can be these ethereal things or these ineffable things, these things that aren't necessarily concrete otherwise. Like the way that reverb resonates with my soul, I'm poking fun at myself as I say this because reverb really is my identity, but like, why is reverb my identity? Like, why does that make sense? Why do I love the sound of things resonating in cavernous spaces that may or may not be physically possible. Why? And I will be opening up the phone lines in case anybody has an answer to that question. In the meantime, in between time, Jesus, I do talk a lot more in English than I do in Japanese, don't I? I guess I talk about the same. I'm just a lot more fluent in this language, aren't I? I'm going to play a song. I'm going to play a song and I'm going to take a break and I'm going to drink several sips of this yuzu sour. Very nice. I'm going to play a song by a band called Kashikoi Ulysses, which means clever Ulysses, who are very cool. They identify as lo-fi band. Apparently lo-fi is a genre now. Go figure. Based out of Kyoto. And I finally caught them the other week, maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, playing a little show in Osaka. Just wonderful. Really, really, really lively band. So much fun. Great lyrics and intent, very politically aware, and just like solid goddamn, I would say closer to emo. Like there are moments on this album that remind me of World is a Beautiful Place, and moments that remind me of a lot more like poppy rocky stuff that I love, and some, like lo-fi hip-hoppy, like beatsy, chilled out, influence, throwy kind of influences. And there's a little bit of everything, and I would say the median track length is probably about 6 minutes, which, I fuck with that. This one happens to be 5 minutes. It's a bit of a long one, so hang in there, but it rules. Have a great time listening to it. I'll see you on the other side. This is Ai wa kodashi ni, or how would you translate that? Spooning out the love. Kashiko Ulysses.
ありがとう、僕は信じるよ。I will trust you。英語でも言っとくわ。話したことをゆっくり吸って吐いて置いてけぼりなのは一体どっち？歌の中でも呼吸してるの？夢の中だってスケボーしてるよ。目の前でも遠いなんて嫌だし、同じ目にただいられたらいいよね、マジで。僕は信じるよ I will trust you 英語でも言っとくわ話したことをゆっくり吸って吐いて置いてけぼりなのは一体どっち歌の中でも呼吸してるの夢の中だってスケボーしてるよ目の前でも遠いなんて嫌だし同じ目にただいられたらいいよねマジでマジでマジでマジでマジでマジでマジで酔いざめのダンスは言えなくなったファンタジー円が描いた一番星そして秘密たくさんいざ背中に背負わなどと言い残し消えてくよまた風の中コンスタントにいる経過伸ばしてる自分との喧嘩だいたい60ヶ月の歳月対空知らずにたんだクジラの歌う鼻歌を聞いてた延期されないで指針を届けたい延期されずに指針を書きたい延期されないで届けたい延期されずに指針を書きたい延期されないで指針を届けたい延期されずに指針を書きたい延期されないでされないで は信じるよ I will trust you 英語でも言っとくわ話した言葉をゆっくり吸って吐いて置いてけぼりなのは一体どっち歌の中でも呼吸してるの夢の中だってスケボーしてるよ目の前でも遠いなんて嫌だし同じ目にただいられたらいいよねマジでマジでマジでマジでマジでマジでマジでマジでマジでマジでマジでマジでマジでマジでマジでマジで
It rips. It rips. That was Kashikoi Ulysses. Kashikoi. Ulysses, like the dude from the movie, from the Nolan flick. You know? Probably. Right? Is that what yes? No, I don't remember. Wow. Honestly, I took such a mental hit from the microphone break in the first half of this that I am struggling to find the will to continue, but I must soldier on for at least another 3 minutes in my own books. Nat, I'm glad you agree. That was so good. I have the CD I can lend you when I next see you. It's up on Bandcamp. Actually, I should check a link up or something. That's... See, the thing is, I could chuck a link up in the chat right now, but get this, in Streamlabs, it says I need to sign in to chat in my own fucking chat box, and when I click sign in, it says you cannot sign in, you cannot do this, you must use the browser. I'm not gonna open the browser to chat in my own goddamn chat. Let me do it in Streamlabs. What's this about? I am cursed by God. At the very least, I live in Kyoto, so I will, sooner or later, when Lee comes through town, I'm going to take him, we're going to Arashiyama, and I'm going to go to one of the funniest shrines, Dendengu, which is written with Den for electricity twice, and then Gu is shrine. There's a shrine to the god of electricity and electrical goods. It's like the god of Akiba, basically, but it's in Kyoto. It's cool. They have like a cyber fortune telling slip. You know, you get like the luck fortunes and shit. You see it in mangas all the time. I did it once years ago, and it has one of those, it looks like a crystal ball mixed with a Van de Graaff generator, like little bits of lightning like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh inside. It's so funny. It's really cool, and I need to go there and pray to the god of electricity to please get my stream. Please just get it in working order. Please let it work next week. I like doing this in theory. I hate doing it in practice because my computer is punishing me all the time. Speaking of, surely if I give money to a shrine, surely if I pay enough money, and God, I will pay the big bucks for this one. It would be remiss of me to let the stream end without talking at all about Yuri manga. That would be insane. So let me do just a little breakdown of what's been up. I have sections of things I could review, but you know what? Sure? Let's smash through them. Not Yuri. Project Hail Mary. BL. It's BL. It's BL, and the B stands for Boulder. It's Boulder Love. We ship it. We're standing it. Yes. That is not a great movie with a capital G, but it's a great movie with a lowercase g. I finished working as a translator. It's funny, these are like things I feel like I shouldn't say in Japanese but no, this is the thing I shouldn't say in English because my publishers could hear me. But it's okay. This one's published already, so I can talk about this. I publish My Girlfriend's Not Here Today. I translate that. I've probably gone on record talking about this. You know what? I don't even know if I've gone on record talking about it. I think I've just talked to, the two of you listening right now, but like everybody in my life, just directly, like one-on-one. I like look them in the eyes, and I'm like, my girlfriend's not here today. This series is fucking unhinged. It's so good, and I just wrapped translating volume 7 of it, which it's still great. Everything is great. It feels like it's setting up some stuff. It's not treading water in a bad sense necessarily. It's just like continuing to, like, it's placing some things into position that are going to absolutely, I think, explode in volume 8. So I was like, yeah, this is good, but I wasn't screaming the way that I was screaming in volume 6 and many previous times. So look forward to that. I don't think this volume 6 is out maybe in English yet, so I won't say what this big new kind of thing is, but there's like a big new thing that is very slowly being revealed, and now there's flashbacks and stuff. And it's obviously still smutty as hell. There are tits on every page, and boy, I just have the best time working on this thing. I cannot believe I get paid to do this. My housemate, Georgia, knew for a long time. I guess I translate manga, but she hadn't ever like seen the manga I had translated. Obviously, I do it all digitally, and I don't display my English books in my room with quite the same sense of pride as I display my regular Yuri manga. But I pulled out volume 1 of My Girlfriend's Not Here Today to show to my other housemate, Am. So we had a big giggle about boobies. And so it was sitting out on the landing, and Georgia looks at it one day and like runs downstairs and goes, "Avery, I didn't know you translate porn." And we got into basically the entire house had a discussion about the difference between porn and smut, which I think we have elucidated. And really, I think I stand by, you know when you see it with porn, right? That's the official rule, isn't it? Like, it's explicit. They're fucking a lot. The fucking is the central element of the thing. There's not that much fucking in My Girlfriend's Not Here Today. There is an entire chapter at the start of volume 3 that is just one sex scene. That is insane. For work, that I was like, wow, I am translating pornography for work. This is the first time this has happened. I have a lot of feelings about this. But the rest of it, it's smutty. It's like, it's insinuating. Everybody's curvy, but there are no nips out. You know what I mean? There's a clear boundary line, except for chapter 11, which is completely crossing the line. And I cannot believe that publishing laws allow for this stuff to just be on their shelf at, like, UDMA magazine is just on the shelf at, like, newsagents half the time. I mean, not every newsagent, but the good ones, and bookstores, not in the 18 plus section. It's just there, and the titties are just there. It's a different country. So there's that. And might I say, as a final aside, that this has been announced, so I can talk about it a little bit. I got very heated last time about the two Yuri Harem series in my life. One being, there's no freaking way I'll be your girlfriend, freaking blah 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 blah, which I translate and which I shouldn't say this out loud. I've already gone on record saying I hate it, but I really shouldn't. I really should be more tactful about publicly lambasting a series that I am responsible for. I really do a good job of translating this thing still. I'm a professional. That versus I Don't Know Which One Is Love, which I am currently on volume 6, and it still fucking rules, and fuck all of you. I have a new Yuri harem in my life. I'm working on volume 2 at the moment of something called, I believe it's called The Death-Defying Princess Creates a Yuri Harem to Survive. Wow! God, I love this country, and I need to live here again. It's just it's in the water. It's a fantasy setting. Before I get really started on that, am I hearing there's a Kino's is opening in Melbourne Central? Well, they better stock this, my friend. They better stock all of the fucking reprehensible Yuri harem manga that I know and love. Yeah, reprehensible is the word that I have currently lodged in my brain to describe this series. And I say reprehensible, but then like with a little winking emoji after it. Basically, this spoiled princess gets sent to the guillotine for just being just the worst person alive, like murdering, like sentencing every politician she doesn't like to guillotine, and using all of the royal assets to purchase men into sexual slavery. She's just a terrible, terrible person. She gets executed royally, and then wakes up like a year before her execution and is like, oh, I'm trapped in a loop. I have to get out of this loop. The way that she gets out of the loop, to spoil just chapter 1, is she finds out who it is that set her up for execution, and it's a girl, and she bets her, and she's like, hey, I'm not a lesbian, but if I seduce this lady, I will quell her anger and her murderous intent, and I will be able to survive. And she does. And then she gets killed in a different way by a different woman, and the cycle continues. I'm on the 3rd death cycle, is that right, at the moment? It's preposterous. Everything is super inappropriate. There are tits everywhere. There's all the problematic stuff that you would expect out of this, but it's all kind of, I'm dead inside at this point. I don't care about the incest or whatever anymore. It's fine, I guess. It is what it is. There's no way around it. They're half sisters, so it's okay. Oh God, this country is just wow. Anyway, yes, it has this really fucking stupid sense of humor, and I say that as a real compliment. Like, it takes stupidity to a really interesting, fun place. Ostensibly it sets up that these characters are all like 16th century nobles or whatever, and then instantly they're all using like internet slang, and just being like, "Oh, I'm fucked. This is fucked," and I have a really really enjoyable time working on that at the moment. So keep an eye out for that. I believe Volume 1 will be out in bookshelves, in bookstores later this year. The death-defying princess creates a Yuri harem to survive. Yes. As a final word on GL, thank you, Nat. I will, maybe next week I'll talk about BL. I can check out this recommendation. I feel like I had a BL recommendation for you too, but let me get back to you on that. There's like a Yuri Cultural Center opening in Tokyo. I don't have the full lowdown on this yet because there was a live stream announcing it the week that I had no internet, and I don't think it's been archived, so fuck me. But they have some Twitter posts with information. It's opening in Ikebukuro, that's right. It's next to the Ikebukuro Anime, which is hilarious because that's like the BL capital to me, at least. It's literally like it's a library of 4,000 Yuri manga. So they profess. previously, the Yuri Cafe anchor in Shinjuku professed to have over 1,000 titles, and I did go there once while they still had the books out at nighttime. Nowadays, they only have them out in the daytime. At nighttime, it's just a bar, I guess, which is still nice. It's a gay bar, but I went and like had a little plum wine on the rocks and read some extremely racy Yuri, and I was like, wow, I would come here once a week, every week, if I lived here. Anyways, yes, that was 1,000 titles, and that place was pretty lit. It was like a cozy bar, but you were like, Jesus, every surface of this place is a bookshelf that has Yuri on it. 4,000 titles! Is there even that much Yuri in the world? Apparently there is. I don't know if they're counting doubles of translations or whatever. Anyway, this is fucking happening. Without me, without consulting me. They didn't ask me at all. They didn't give me advanced warning. They didn't ask me to curate the monthly lineup. They didn't make me the mayor of the Yuri. They didn't give me the key to the Yuri city. This is outrageous. So I am like extremely excited that this exists, and also I don't know. I'm a little disappointed that I'm not there for it, even though I have plenty of Yuri in my life as it is. I'm not starving for it by any means. And it feels like I should be there, It feels like this is my calling. That said, and I will leave on this note, there is, thank you, now I do deserve the keys to Yuri City. There's a beautiful word in Japanese, dotan kyohi, which is mostly used in idol culture, I believe, which refers to whether or not you respect other people who have the same stand as you. I think basically you can divide people who stand bias, the same bias as you. People who stand, apparently, can be divided into people who flock to their kind and share their joy with like-minded fans, and people who are like, fuck you, no, they're mine. I want them all to myself. I'm that, and I don't think it's good. I think it's something I need to rectify in myself. But like when I listen to Sakura Ayane's radio, I'm like, I don't want anybody else listening to this radio show. This is her talking to me, and I'm going to marry her. And it's fine, it's healthy, it's not parasocial. It's fine. I think I'm a little bit like that with Yuri sometimes. As much as I rabbit on sharing it with other people, and sharing it is a joy, and it's also literally my entire job, and I could take great satisfaction in that. There is definitely a part of me that's like, no, it's my special interest. It's my identity at the expense of being a well-rounded individual. So I see these fuckers, if you will. We're past the 9 p.m. time slot. I can say the F word now. I see these fuckers making a Yuri City without me, and I'm like, Yuri's my thing. How dare you? Who do you think you are? Even though there are literally thousands of people more qualified to do this than I am. So this is my spiritual homework between now and the next album, I guess, is to learn to share my love more, be more gracious, and admit that while I am fairly devout in my worship at the altar of Yuri, I am by no means an authority. I have not even read freaking whatever it's called, Girlfriends. I haven't watched Maria Summer is Watching, or whatever it's called. I have all of these glaring holes in my Yuri history, and I proclaim to be a fucking authority. I don't know shit. Wow, you're shooting it from NYC? That's lit. Well done. I would have thought it was like insanely early in the morning. Wow. Okay, well, if it's too early in the morning, you get to say fuck because nobody's awake. So frickadick dick. Thanks for listening, everybody. I believe I can play my outro music now. Yes, I can. I'm going to put it down a little bit so you can hear me talk. Look, I'll probably do this again next week. I wanted to do it fortnightly. My internet exploded last week and I couldn't, so we're here now. But 2 weeks from now, I will be in Tokyo on tour with Lee Sullivan. I will be far too busy to take time out to do a radio show, and also the odds that it fails on me, everything collapses and fails on me again, are even higher if I go and do this as an away game. So I'm gonna probably try to do this one more time at least next week. Tune in if you would like. I will have some more Yuri Banashi, I should say. Some more Yuri talk, some more Japanese music to play, some more Rex, and I will find some other tangent to ramble on. I don't know. My passion for this, I would be so much more excited about this if I hadn't had 3 consecutive weeks of technical setbacks. All right, I'm gonna go pray at the Shrine for Electronics, and then I will see you all again at a later date. Thank you for listening, especially thank you, Nat. You've been here for a long, long time. I have a tiny microwave pizza that I'm going to go eat now, and I hope that you have something similar spiritually, if not Epicureanly, in your lives, dear listeners. Thank you all. This has been Marumaradio. I've been Marumaru. Yuri Life. Mwah.